outer space is in the water. It's in the ocean. That's why they say outer space go infinity and beyond. It's because the ocean goes infinity and beyond.
It ain't dark. It's full of animals that glow in the dark. It's space. Because if you keep going in the ocean, I think you might fall out the sky.
So take a look into it and see what conclusion you come up to when you look around and start connecting the dots.
Have you ever wondered if what we call outer space is actually hidden deep within our oceans? In this video, we will be diving into that conspiracy theory, and we're going to find out if it holds water or if it's just a deep sea myth. Video note, this video is made for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into it.
Outer space is cap. Hear me out. Just hear me out. Because my thing is first off, I really think that outer space is nothing more than the oceans, the bodies of water. We've only explored 3% of the ocean, but we've went all the way to the moon. We went all the way to Mars and all these planets, and we've seen all this stuff in outer space. For real? But the oceans are right here with us, and we've only ever discovered 3% of it, explored 3% of it. Also, the similarities in which we travel to outer space and we deep dive into the ocean are a little too similar. Like, for one, the suits. For two, the way of travel, the rocket ships, the submarines. For three, anti-gravity is a lot like jumping up and down in the water. All I'm saying is I feel like they lied to us our whole lives. Like y'all big ass cap out here. Space, outer space is nothing more than the oceans. What y'all think? Damn, somebody want me to say that. What y'all think?
You know, I'm going to keep an open mind with this, okay? Okay? I'm going to keep an open mind, and I'm going to hear them out one by one. And who knows, they might convince me at the end of this that this is actually a thing. And I might want to go, you know, explore the ocean space. Let's keep going.
So look, y'all ever heard the term as above, so below? Because the same way we got the 7 seas, the ocean that connect this whole world together, same thing go for above. As above, so below. Space is the ocean. For example, have y'all ever wondered why do Disney show us images like this of a boy fishing on the moon? Where is he fishing at? Or another example, the Silver Surfer from Marvel. Where is he surfing at? What is he surfing on? If space is just this void like they tell us, what is he surfing on? It's the ocean. Because a lot of these concepts will fly over the average person's head. Because look at what they told us. Look at what they taught us. They told us space is just this void of air, void of life. There's nothing out there whole time. It's so much life out there whole time. It is water. As above, so below. Even when you take a look at the submarine suits, what do these look like? These vintage diving suits that they always show us in the media in different depictions in movies, even on SpongeBob, they always show us what the submarines was diving in. But when you really look at it, it looks just like a spacesuit, don't it? It looks just like these spacesuits that they show us when they showing us how NASA taking these trips to space and these trips to the moon. Same thing, right? Because as above, so below.
Okay, why would they give us evidence? Okay, why would they give us the evidence if they want to keep it a secret? Why would they give us the evidence? That's one. And two, you got to come better with some more stuff. Like, you can't include movies and cartoons in your argument, you know, like leave those out next time. But but everything else, like, you know, is making sense. But leave the movies and cartoons out of it. All right.
It's waters above, it's waters below. And they show us, but it fly over people's heads because look at what they taught us. Because it's waters above and it's waters below. Space is the ocean. Now, if you made it this far, I want you to think about the Great Flood stories and then go look up the cloud burst that happened in India earlier this year. And just think about it. Space is the ocean. The ocean was literally raining from the sky. That's how you got the Great Flood in the first place. And if you really want to go deep into it, that's why a lot of our people be scared of water till this day, because our genetics still hold those memories. And a lot of our people still remember when the ocean was raining from the sky. it took out a lot of us. But hey, that's where the story come from. Now let's take a look at what they tell.
Before you get into that, this one thing I always wonder, especially as a kid, when I get taught about clouds and the rain comes from the clouds, but planes can fly through the clouds. Like, where is this water being held at? You know, that's in the cloud. Or is it actually the ocean up there letting go some water?
Tell us about it. The concept of waters above and below originates from the biblical account of creation in Genesis 1, where God creates a firmament to separate the waters beneath it from the waters above it. This firmament, often interpreted as the sky or heavens, divides the primordial waters, establishing a structured cosmos. The waters below refers to the seas, oceans, lakes, rivers, and subterranean waters gathered on the earth's surface after the dry land appeared. The waters above are understood in various ways as atmospheric waters such as clouds and precipitation, a hypothetical water canopy in the upper atmosphere, or a cosmic or metaphysical concept representing celestial waters held back by the firmament. Now, after hearing what I just read, I'm telling you, take a look into the cloudburst that happened earlier this year over in India. And that great flood story, it'll start making a whole lot more sense. So take a look into it and see what conclusion you come up to when you look around and start connecting the dots.
Y'all keep talking about it's aliens in the water, it's aliens in the water. It's not aliens in the water. The water is how you get to space. Water is a portal. You can't go up to get out of space. You got to go down. The aliens are not in the water. Space is the water. That's why the water is infinite. That's why we don't know how deep the water is. The water is space. The water is space. The aliens are coming through the water from space. Water is space. The water is space. After a while, the water just turned to space. It's space. That's where space at. I don't know what's so hard. Like, this is not a hard concept to understand. That's why every time y'all see a rocket, that motherfucker blow up. You can't escape the firmament from the top. You got to go through the bottom.
So the aliens are in the water. You know, if aliens are in space and space is in the water, then aliens are in the water too.
All right, first comparison. We all know that the sky is blue, and we can't see that unless the sunlight out. But when the sun goes down, the sky turns black. No sunlight, black sky. Same goes for the ocean. Sunlight, blue ocean. The deeper we go, no sunlight, black ocean.
Well, darkness is not darkness. Darkness is the absence of light. So yeah, the deeper we get down away from the light, it's dark. Yeah. But one thing I always wondered is, how come there's no light in outer space if the sun is out there?
They work the same. Second comparison. We cannot breathe underwater, so we develop suits to be able to stay underwater. Same goes for space. Third comparison. A boat can be called a ship because it travels across water, and so can a rocket because it's going to space, and space is water. This is why we cannot call a plane a ship, because it stays in the atmosphere. It does not travel on water. Now, for our religious text, we're going to go to the King James Bible. This is Genesis 1, verse 6 and 7. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament." So let's look at a picture to explain this. This is the waters above the firmament. So basically, the firmament gives us a pocket of air to breathe in, separating space from the ocean, or as it says in the Bible, the waters from the waters. Here's another picture that actually says ocean of heaven. That couldn't be any more clear. A vast majority of ancient people believed in this, They called it the cosmic ocean, or primordial waters, or celestial river. The belief of a cosmic ocean takes form from the ancient Egyptians, the Greeks, Judaism, ancient Indian, ancient Persians, Sumerians, and Zoroastrianism. It says the sky is often thought of as something like the upper sea.
I think outer space is actually water. I think that our oceans are portals to outer space. The way that we perceive space as like separate, above, around here, I think is wrong, and it's actually just all on top of each other, like on a physics level. And I think the ocean doesn't really have a bottom. Like in this reality it has a bottom, but really it's a grid that contains portals to everywhere else, and then all those places also could have portals to here. For example, like the womb, water again. I think water is what interconnects all beings, all life, realities, realms. I think it's the common cord around the universe, tying it all together. I think if you go deep into the sea, you can find portals that will lead you to other civilizations and aliens. I think some aliens live in the sea that we can perceive, such as octopuses, whales. I believe the universe follows you wherever you go. I believe we're always within all the answers, and I think it's all here. I think literally within this reality and this realm, it connects to all the other dimensions, and I think water's the key.
Look, if there's portals to different civilizations and or outer space, and you got to go through the water and the ocean to get to it, you know, I does it have a GPS? Okay, 'cause I can't just be going to a random portal and don't know where I'm going. You know, it gotta have something on the door or something. Say, hey, this is the portal to outer space. This is the portal to this alien planet. Like, let me know. Don't just be sending me, you know, any mini miny mo portals. All right, I gotta know which where I'm gonna end up. All right, this is.
Without a doubt, one of the most amazing things that I have ever seen in the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planet. It was in the Gulf of Mexico. And I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut that was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of steam over it. And then I looked, and there was water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it.
So he found another civilization, and the firmament that separates this civilization from that one, that's what he was bouncing off of, and he couldn't go through. I'm just repeating what he said. That's broken down. I believe that was his story. Okay, let's go.
Today's conspiracy theory may be tomorrow's truths. Listen to me. It's the water. It's the water. It's the fucking water. It's the water. That lady been telling us water. It's the fucking water. Think about it. Stay fucking with me. They say outer space is way the fuck up there. Think outer space is in the fucking water. It's in the ocean. That's why they say outer space go infinity and beyond. It's because the ocean goes infinity and fucking beyond. And that's why 70% of the fucking ocean ain't been discovered, because it's fucking outer space. They said when that man had went to the moon and he went there and he was fucking walking like that, y'all know how he was walking? It's because it's fucking underwater. The fucking flag moving is because it's under fucking water. You know, make some fishes move, some shit move, just some waves move. It's gonna make the fucking flag move. And then the fucking footprint. If outer space, they don't got no fucking gravity, how the fuck they leave a footprint? It's because if you take anybody into the water and you go down enough and there's fucking sand there, you can fucking stump your foot in there, but you can write your name in that shit. Listen to me. It's the water. This is how they've been getting us. We need water for everything dealing with a person. Because people got us figured out all the way down to sales. Think about this shit. Water. They made people afraid to get into the water. Take it back to ancestors' times, y'all. They was like literally torturing women. You know what I'm saying? When they was into the water. How do you think so many people is afraid to get in the water? Because if we can make you afraid enough of this shit, you won't have no type of desire, no fucking interest to go into the water, to go look into the fucking water. I'm telling y'all, this shit is a little creepy. This shit is a little crazy because we need water for everything. You fucking water your crops. You bathe in water. You cook in water, you drink water. Water is in everything damn near that we need to survive. And even if you cut meat and lettuce and whatever the fuck else out of your diet and you go on a liquid diet, you still fucked. You know why? Because it's in the water. Most of these people be coming up under my shit saying, I don't drink water, I drink soda, I drink Kool-Aid, I drink lemonade. Cool, but you know what? But most of that is fucking water. I'm telling y'all, that's why the bottom of that rocket ship had fucking fire, because did y'all know that fire can still live underwater and on top of the water, like, and it can grow? Like, have y'all not seen the TikTok videos of like the earth right now? Like, y'all ain't been paying attention to the water?
Now, footprints on the moon with no gravity. How? You know, when you really think about it, there's no gravity. How can you take one small step for man with no gravity? Gravity makes everything come down. Why would you come down if there's no gravity?
Evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment. Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you. Outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions. In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, what's really interesting is that they train for spacewalks in an underwater pool with a complete ISS replica. Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space, because that sure would be something, wouldn't it? I'm calling on the Brevard County Commissioners to open a full investigation into NASA's fraudulent practices and use of taxpayer dollars. It costs NASA $3 billion per year to operate the ISS, and if they don't have a darn good explanation as to why they're faking these videos, I and the public would like a darn good explanation as to where our tax money is going. And if they are indeed faking the funk, it is our duty to expose and eliminate this fraudulent and astronomically wasteful ISS program. And look, I know what you're all thinking. NASA is part of the federal government, and you're just county commissioners. Even if what I'm saying is true, what can you do? But let me remind you, not only is this happening in your county, as public officials, you have the platform and the ability to make a statement or hold a press conference, alerting the public, state, and federal authorities to investigate further. You have the power to start the conversation. Video evidence of everything I described today will be emailed to you all, and I truly hope we can get to the bottom of this.
Do I think they could fake the spacewalks and moon landings and everything that we see, you know, the pictures from outer space that we see of Earth? Yeah, I believe they can do that. So is what he's saying possible? Like, it's possible that they're faking everything. I mean, how are we gonna prove them wrong? Man, as I keep going through this, it's like stuff is actually making sense. You know, when you keep an open mind about it, it's actually making sense. Let's keep going.
This clip I'm about to show you reminds me of the saying, as above, so below. Let's viral, shall we? Does this black and white video image of the ocean not resemble stars to you? Because it does to me. It literally looks like this whale shark is swimming in outer space. This is so cool. Cool is actually not the right word. It's extraordinary. Instead of this ocean creature is giving outer space series that I do, this is just giving outer space within the ocean. I'm Monica Strange. Follow along for more.
What if I told you the ocean was the real outer space? A couple years ago, an independent researcher named Tyler Schmerkenhieser designed and engineered a one-of-one submarine with an adaptive hyperalloy composite hull. To prove it, guy was obsessed, believed the concept of the ocean floor itself was a lie. Stuck a camera on the front of the submarine and set off into the unexplored depths of the Mariana Trench. And Buddy, the species he'd captured on these videos, were things that have yet to be explained to this day. But instead of finding the seafloor, he discovered what he described as an abyssal vortex, a swirling black whirlpool that no previous expedition had ever encountered. Said that by the time he'd gotten through it, he rose up to lands that he'd never seen before in his life. Saw these strange human-like beings standing up on the shore. It was like this upside-down world, accessible through vortex canals in the depths of the water.
So is going through the ocean gonna take me to outer space, or is it gonna take me to another world or another civilization? Like, y'all make up your minds. All right, I might want to go one day. Okay. Man, if this is real, keep it a secret. I'm talking to the governments. Keep it a secret. Don't let these people know that you can get to outer space through the ocean, or you can get to other civilizations and other worlds, because you have a whole bunch of drunk people in the ocean trying to go. Okay? Keep it to yourself. Don't let this get out ever. Ever.
Y'all know how they say everything is the same thing? So I was just thinking to myself, you know how you get to a certain part of the ocean where the sunlight is not able to reach, right? Which I think is weird because it's sunlight. Why is it not reaching down there? It ain't reaching down there because that's what space is. That's space. Y'all know the darkest part of the ocean, that the fish become immune to the darkness by they able to shine lights. They glow. They glow. They're luminescent creatures. So it's a part of the ocean that's completely pitch black. It ain't dark. It's full of animals that glow in the dark. It's space, isn't it? Because if you keep going in the ocean, I think you might fucking fall out the sky. I think the clouds is like waves, but they're just sitting there. Because when you look at the ocean and its waves, they're white, like dots. Arm capping.
If you're somebody like me who thinks that space is the ocean, stick around because I think I connected some dots. Well, first of all, let's think, how many planets are there? 8, including Earth. But if we're not talking about Earth, how many are left? 7. How many seas do we have? Glorious Google. 7 seas. So, I'm not saying the 7 seas is Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, da-da-da-da. NASA stopped exploring the ocean in the 70s, and whatever they found, they did not want you to know about. So they said, look up instead of down. Feels the classic misdirection, like a magician keeping your eyes on the hand waving in the air while the real trick is happening behind the curtain, or in this case, beneath our feet. When a child or someone is like, hey, look over there, and then they fucking run away. That's what they're doing. They're creating a distraction. Hey, look up. And they're fucking skirting off, going exploring the real deal. They're actually exploring space. You just think they're up there, but they're not. They're actually down there. Like, you're telling me these people go all the way to outer space, and that's how much primary oxygen they have? Look at that tank. And then here's someone just sitting in the sea with obviously the surface nearby, and look how big their oxygen tank is. Why are the similarities between an astronaut and someone doing deep sea diving strikingly fucking similar? Who's this fucking guy up here? What's this guy doing? What the fuck? I just noticed that. The earth is dying, the sky is falling, we're running out of time. But what they don't want people to realize is that the earth is not dying, she's being suppressed. If people believed in earth's infinite capacity, if they trusted her, they'd also start trusting their own inner knowing. And once people do that, they cannot be controlled anymore. Admiral Byrd absolutely saw something in the Antarctic missions, pause to read. And NASA being formed shortly after his expedition is not a coincidence. If you really think about it, the sudden obsession with space satellites and escaping Earth feels almost like a distraction campaign. Like they had to reroute the public imagination away from the possibility of other lands, deeper oceans, or hidden civilizations. And then when you put it all together, here's what he bullet points. At the end of the day, this is all pure speculation. Everything I'm saying is for entertainment purposes, for discussion purposes, to help open people's minds to any possibility. Anything is possible, not just mainstream conspiracy. We have to look at every single possibility until we have correctly and factually found a way to cross it off that list of possibilities of what are we doing here? What is our purpose, right?
The ship, well, not the ship, but the submarine, with the I think billionaires on it, that went down there and I guess they say blew up. Did that submarine actually go to outer space and they floating in outer space somewhere and can't make it back? Or did they actually blow up?
They got y'all thinking that outer space is in the sky. They even told y'all that astronauts landed on the moon. Okay? That's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all staged. It's all lies. It's all bullshit. Okay? Because in order to get to actual space itself, you must have to go in the ocean. Okay? And we all know that a certain percentage of the ocean wasn't even discovered. Okay? And as above, so below, right? Right? The sky is blue, the ocean is blue, right? So I feel like to get to the actual outer space is in the ocean. Okay? And the ocean is so deep, like we don't even know how deep the ocean goes. As above, so below. Okay, I think that's the only way to even get to outer space. But then they lied to y'all and told y'all that astronauts went to space in the sky and landed on the moon. Y'all better wake up. Like, y'all better wake up. Seriously, y'all better wake up. Okay, because the history that was told to us, the stories that was told to us, was all lies, was all bullshit. This shit is staged, premeditated. Like, all this shit was planned out to have us think that we know what we're talking about, and the whole time we actually don't. Good night, y'all.
I was thinking about as I listened to her, how much force and power do we need for a rocket ship to take off from Earth? You see how much power and force we need to get a rocket ship to go up into what they say is outer space. And then you mean to tell me they can land on the moon and then just take off from the moon? They don't need the same amount of power it takes to leave Earth, to leave the moon? They don't even need half that power. How? I mean, when you really think about stuff, it makes you think, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, or I'm going to go to sleep and have the weirdest dream. I know it already. Let's go.
Y'all are not gonna believe what I just found out about. Thanks to this comment, I went into the rabbit hole of the mega ocean. When I tell you guys, it is so clear at this point that space is at the bottom of the ocean. Like, you know what? Let's just get into it. Apparently, in 2014, researchers found a bunch of water 430 miles below the Earth's surface. Y'all want to know how much water they found? 3 times the amount of water that is on Earth. The Earth is 71% water, y'all. 71%. So just imagine how much water that is. They also said the water is not a liquid, solid, or gas. It takes a fourth form that is unexplainable. That sounds a little fishy. If you've been watching my channel, you know that we have open minds here. We talk all about the things unknown, including things like space actually being under the water because of the firmament that God placed above us, which basically is like a dome, and the fact that space may not really exist as we know it. I truly believe that space is at the bottom of the ocean. I mean, it's kind of funny that NASA originally was exploring the ocean, but then switched to space exploration out of nowhere. And it also explains why so much of the ocean is undiscovered and completely unreachable by humans, because aliens are demons and we were never meant to go that low. Guys, you cannot convince me otherwise. And now scientists are telling us that there is a huge body of water under our already big body of water that's on the Earth. The math is just not mathing.
Man, I don't know if this is real or not. You know, outer space is in the ocean. I mean, just the thought of it, you say, okay, that's not true. But when you keep an open mind about it and you listen to what they had to say and you really think about things, it's like, I don't know now, okay? But whether it's in the outer spaces in the ocean or not, like, it really makes me no difference. Like, if the government came out tomorrow and said that this was true, like, what would that change for me, for us? You know, the government lied. They when did they tell the truth? Like, I'ma still be here on Earth, living my life, paying taxes. Okay, like I always will. So, you know, is it possible? Possibly. You never know. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. Is this something you've heard before? Is it something you believe in? Let me know down in the comment section below. I appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.